Night is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
In the quarterfinal game at the 5A State Baseball Tournament, the Great Bend Panthers got only 4 hits on the day, but they scored 3 runs in the second. That's all they needed for a 3-0 shutout win over Kansas City Piper.
Truly, I don't know if that has ever happened. If any WAC schools in any team sports have ever matched up, I mean, that would be like the Duke, North Carolina Final Four game from a couple years back. It would take some doing, but yes, it would be really, really cool.
Blue Valley Southwest, Tyler Kincaid, the head coach there, and man, they are loaded like they are every single year. They have hit over 300 as a team. They've played a great schedule. They've lost to Aquinas this year as well, who's in the state tournament in their league. Great pitching staff that they have. This is a great state tournament. Anybody can run it. Are we going to see St. Thomas Aquinas versus Southwest? I think that's what we could see.
Creighton is a really good team and playing really good baseball. They've got a fantastic coaching staff. Coach Service, what a cool accomplishment for him to go in his final year. He's a Hall of Fame coach.
Well, Texas is the regular season SEC champ by 2 games. That's pretty sturdy competition. And then you look at our opponent for Friday, UTSA, and they've won 44 games. That's a lot of winning. Houston Christian had a great turnaround. 1 through 4, it's a real solid tournament.
111-94, the Knicks stay alive. It's a 3-2 series in favor of Indiana. Heading back to the Circle City for Game 6 on Saturday night.
We have a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup final.
And here it goes toward the empty net and in with 10.8 to go. Outplayed Dallas for almost the entirety of this series with the exception of the third period of Game 1.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB. 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome into the Friday show and a program that, we started, 11 years ago. It's longer than that. My gosh, I was 2011. 2011. Anyway, it will go on, but this is the last show of the season. My last game, doing play-by-play, Mike Marzoff was right there.
Yep.
I kept thinking it was Great Bend Goddard Eisenhower, but that wasn't it, was it?
It was the next night.
Yeah, we had to go up to the 5A. So anyway, on the program today, we're going to do some call-arounds. Great Bend Panthers getting set to take on Blue Valley Southwest at the state tournament in Wichita. Randy Gehring's getting ready to call that game. We'll check in with Randy here in just a little bit, get a quick preview on that game. Also, we'll go out to Great Bend Sports Complex. Garrett Fitzpatrick will give us an update on the 2-1A state tournament taking place out there. And later on, Brant Daughtry, future host of Sports Day. I was going to say Trading Post. Hash should get mad. He will be in. He's doing state track reports today on 100.7 Eagle Country and Hits 106.9. So he'll give us an update from some of the smaller classes from earlier today. I don't know. I guess we'll try to hook up with last week. There's a lot of stuff going on here today.
I've been watching some state track today. It's pretty cool. Pretty fun to watch.
I was like, doing all that?
It's a lot better on your couch than it is on your right there, Wichita.
Those are the greatest days of all time. So they're doing that out of Kiowa County High School.
Yeah, the Kiowa County Media Center. And Chet Copeland is helping them.
Is that right?
Yeah, Chet's with them. And Kiowa County Media Center does as good a broadcast as anybody in the state.
Oh, yeah.
They have for years, man.
Well, they've got a little bit of equipment that they have to do that with. So there you go on the show today. Let's get into our sounds the past 24 hours. Randy Gehring had the call yesterday on B104.3 The Point. Game wrap, Great Bend wins by the score of 3-0. As Randy said, only 4 hits in the game. Didn't matter. Jackson Mitten, an RBI double. Big hit in that game. Carson Umphris, starting on the mound, went the distance in the shutout victory. So Great Bend will get ready to go today against Blue Valley Southwest. What do you think about, I don't know if it's going to happen now. Hayes was down 8-2, top of the 6th inning. And they just scored a couple of runs, but St. Thomas Aquinas in control of that game. So I want to see Hayes play Great Bend, not in the third place game, but in the championship game. I brought that up to Connor Nickel on the show yesterday. He said, yeah, I don't remember two WAC teams playing for a state championship at anything. Normally doesn't happen. Not in the old days. Yeah, did.
Well, yeah, that jumped out when I saw both of them on yesterday.
You know, I mean, if that's the way you're going to win a state championship, wouldn't you want to do it against your biggest rival?
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's going to happen now. We'll see. We'll check in here in just a little bit, see if we can get an update on that game. Chet Copeland, you mentioned Chet, Sports in Kansas on his pre-state podcast, talking about that Blue Valley Southwest team, the opponent for the Great Bend Panthers today in Wichita, and predicting a St. Thomas Aquinas Southwest championship game later today. Hopefully Chet's wrong on that part of it.
Good for Chet.
Okay, 5A. Those are the matchups. Yesterday's scores: Aquinas beat Valley Center 2-0. Hayes edged Shawnee Heights 7-6. So Dustin Dreher getting his team in the semifinals are playing now. Great Bend with that shutout over Casey Piper 3-0. And Blue Valley Southwest 5, Goddard Eisenhower 2. Out at 2-1A yesterday, not a lot of runs scored. Valley Falls beat Medicine Lodge 1-0 in the first game of the day. Remington over Rossville 1-0. Then in the next two games, Douglas beat Central Heights 19-4. And there they are, Pittsburgh Colgan. I want to know what their record is as a number 8 seed. I mean, last year they rolled in as a number 8 seed, no problem.
Yep.
They didn't win it, but they got the. They beat TMP 2-0.
What's their record against 2-1 teams? It's probably pretty good.
It is, and they're rolling again. Valley Falls taking on Remington. That game started at 11, 1:15 today. Douglas will take on Pitt Colgan.
Yeah, all the teams combined didn't get half of what Douglas did yesterday. All the other 7 teams combined. 19 wins.
You know Douglas is spelled with 2 S's?
I did.
I didn't.
It's right down in Douglas, so that's where Beisel went. When he left Victoria, he went to Douglas. That's the reason I know.
But it's kind of out in the middle. I guess if you're taking, what is that, 77 going out of El Dorado and you go through if you go in Dark City? It's not a town you pass through very often.
They were like a 4A school back then, weren't they? At least 3. They're down to 2A now.
Everybody's down to something.
Well, the Wichita area.
Well, I know. Yeah, Douglas is, it's on Highway 77. There you go. Just to the north of that old missile silo that almost blew up about 30 years ago. You don't remember that? Okay, all right, there you go. Okay, some other sounds the past 24 hours. Dan Fitzgerald, head coach of the Kansas Jayhawks, talking about the Creighton Blue Jays, who they will play tonight in the Fayetteville Regional. KU 43-5, taking on a Creighton team 41-14. As Creighton's coach, Service is his last name, but anyway, coaching his last year. This is 41st year at Creighton. So KU tonight, that is a 7 o'clock start. You can watch it on ESPN+. Arkansas, number 3 national seed, 43-15, taking on North Dakota State, who's 20-32 in the second game.
Go Bison.
Pete Hughes, head coach of the Kansas State Wildcats, talking about the Austin Regional that has the Cats in it, taking on UTSA tonight. UTSA 44-13. That game is on at 6 o'clock on ESPN+. Then the number 2 national seed, Texas, Pete Hughes talking about it. Yeah, they won the SEC by 2 games. 42-14 overall, take on Houston Christian to complete that 4-team field. Play-by-play calls. Well, the Knicks stayed alive last night. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. They were able to beat Indiana 111-94. Game 6 Saturday night in Indianapolis. If there's a Game 7, we'll have it here for you on Monday night on KVGB. And the Stanley Cup final is set. Edmonton Oilers scored on an empty netter with 12 seconds left. They wrapped up their 6-3 win over the Dallas Stars to win that series 4-1. They advanced to the Stanley Cup finals against the Florida Panthers, who beat them in 7 games a year ago to win the Stanley Cup. So everything is set there. There you go, sounds of the past 24 hours or so. Great Bend, Blue Valley Southwest. coming up here in just a little bit. Of course, we'll check in with Randy Gehring here in just a moment and get you caught up. We'll talk about the Royals a little bit. State track and field today in Wichita. Great Bend will be competing in the afternoon, the larger classes. On the boys' side, Taven Stroop in the 1600, 800, Cooper Omont in the long jump, triple jump, and javelin. Cooper winning the regional in the long jump and triple jump, and finished second in the javelin, 182.
You get over 190. He's still learning. He get over 190.
He may chuck it out there. I don't know, maybe big like the little Tammy Rose back in the days at Skyline High School, and they had the ball throw.
Sophomore.
They were trying to measure the ball where it landed up on that hill.
Well, he was that home run tracker where actually the hill goes into place, so you know how far it would have gone had there not been a hill there.
Correct. We didn't have that back in those days. We just had those long.
You have to like mark it like, and then reset it and then pull it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Measure all the long ones, right?
Okay, girls. Lyle's last on the show yesterday talking about, he was proud to get 11 girls in the state track meet this year. They improved during the year. Kaylee Baldwin will go in the pole vault. Reese Bullard in the 800. Michaela Mitten qualifying in the 300 and 100 hurdles. Micah Elligood and Cassie Elligood in the high jump. Allie Gerhardt throws it 3 today. In the shot put, 4x4 relay qualified. That's Michaela Mitten, Micah Elligood, Brooklyn Kelly, and Reese Bullard. And the 4x8 relay. Again, that's kind of been the staple for Great Bend Panther track. Reese Bullard, Kate Welcher, Bella Long, and Brooklyn Kelly will run in the 4x800 relay. And let's see, Kenny Hofflinger also qualified in the javelin.
The 4x8's kind of been a while, nicely staple of where he's been, man. He's a distance guy.
I think he's won regionals 8 times.
I do know about that, yeah.
So they've got another quality team. So there you go. A lot of things happening today. We're going to take a break. Let me just see what's going on here. Let me just check. Let's see. A live listen-in to Dustin Armbruster on KFIX in Hayes.
S Company installs commercial
and there you go.
Always in windows, cuts glass, and
so Hayes was leading 8-2. They were batting in the top of this. Trailing. Thank you. That's a very important thing. It was 8-2. So Randy will give us an update when we come back here on Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Your summer, your schedule. Earn college credit and tackle your gen eds with Barton Online anytime, anywhere. With 5 flexible summer sessions, you can stay on track and reach your goals on your schedule and budget. At just $160 per credit hour, Barton Online is an affordable way to stay ahead, catch up, or explore something new. Enrollment is open now. Secure your spot today at online.bartoncccc.edu.
If you're needing a healthcare plan for your business, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's need. Regardless if you're a large corporation or a small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated can help you provide your employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. Visit freedomclaimsinc.com where you can schedule a free, no-obligation health assessment today. Freedom Claims Management Incorporated in Great Bend.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Ryan, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Sports Day also brought to you all year long by some great sponsors, including the Great Bend Rec Commission, dedicated to improving our community and the lives of its individuals. Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make the Barton Athletic Department the best in the country. And by C&E Doors, your full-service garage door company. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison in Great Bend. Steve Webster, Mike Marzoff with you on the Sports Day show. Landon Winkler, our executive producer. And let's go to Wichita. Randy Gehrings called a lot of of action, but I don't know how many state track meets he covered, but he was there many, many years as well. This time in a different venue, Randy Gehring, getting set for some Panther baseball today.
Yeah, yesterday the first time I ever had a chance to call a game. Actually, the first time I ever had a chance to set foot in that stadium, and a great facility and a great tournament going on. And yesterday, a great round of ball games, because all four of our quarterfinal games were close contests. And, of course, the most important one, the Great Bend Panthers, a 3-0 win over Kansas City Piper. Panthers will be taking on Blue Valley Southwest, who won 5-2 over Goddard Eisenhower. St. Thomas Aquinas, the 1 seed, just a 2-0 victory over 8 seed Valley Center. And Hayes comes from behind to beat Shawnee Heights 7-6. So first round was all good. The first blowout game of the day we're witnessing right now. It's the first semifinal game between St. Thomas Aquinas and Hayes High. And the Indians down to their last 2 outs and down by 9 runs.
And they were kind of in that game until the bottom of the 5th innings when Aquinas broke that open?
Exactly. Aquinas put 5 runs on the board in the 5th and 3 in the 6th. And, they cracked it open. Aquinas was off to a 3-0 lead, and Hayes just has 4 hits on the day. So Aquinas has, frankly, been pretty much in control of this game, but you're right, it was the 5th and 6th inning when they blew it wide open.
Okay, for the Panthers yesterday, they made the most out of their 4 hits.
Boy, they sure did. It was just one big inning. The 3rd inning, they scored, had 3 of their 4 hits, and scored all 3 of their runs. And after that, not a single hit, only 1 runner getting to second base in the final 5 innings of that contest. So a big second inning, and they made it stick.
Carson Humphreys, great, went the distance for the shutout.
Went the distance with the shutout, scattered 7 hits. He struck out 5. You could just see his confidence on the hill. He was feeling good about being out there and led the way for Great Bend. The defense was solid. There was 1 error that the Panthers committed, and that was on kind of one of those second hop infields off this artificial turf where you're not sure you're going to get them anyway. But the Panthers played good defensively, and we'll certainly have to do that again against Blue Valley Southwest.
How'd they look? I mean, it sounded like everything was pretty tight.
For Great Bend, yeah, it was just a good defensive pitcher's battle going on, and like I said, if it weren't for that big second inning, we might still be playing in the 22nd inning or something.
All right,
do we know who's pitching today, Randy?
Hunter Herman on the hill today for the semifinal game, and got Coach Jason Perry sent me the lineups for both teams, so happy to say that my score sheet is ready to go. Hunter Herman's been a solid 2-man behind Carson Humphreys all year long, so Coach Beck making the decision that he's going to go with his number 1 to get to the semifinals and play 2 today with whoever's left. And I think Great Bend has a solid pitching, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pitchers. So I think we're setting probably as good as any team in the remaining and playing today.
What have you learned about Blue Valley Southwest?
Very solid squad. They don't have the ridiculous hitting numbers that, frankly, the Panthers do. They have only 1 batter over 400. But a whole bunch in that 350. They have 5 batters in their lineup that are batting over 350. They have 3 batters with 24-plus RBIs. They have 4 base runners with 20-plus stolen bases. So you can see that there are not many weaknesses in this lineup. They're a seasoned team in that they've been to the state tournament a number of times in their short year. The school only has been in existence since 2010, and they've had 3 state titles and 8 state trips, so 5 other trips in addition to 3 titles since 2015. So in 10 years, they've been a regular here at the state baseball tournament.
Okay, so I think the last Panthers state championship you called, I think.
No, it was the one in the middle. I had the 1995 one.
Okay.
And then they came back and did it again in 98, and Randy Beck was an assistant on that squad. And shortly after took over, it was a few years after that, took over as the head man where he's been for 15 years. And we're saying today's his last day of gainful employment, so we want to make it a great day for Coach Randy Beck.
Well, yeah, overall, I mean, going back to the basketball side, the last time the Panthers high school won one, so I guess you're back in the booth. What are your feelings going into this? How are you feeling internally about the Panthers' chances today?
Well, I'd probably feel better if we'd had a little more explosive outing yesterday. I know this is going to be a great battle. You look at competitive scores, and there are some common opponents, and they've all been close games, and 2-0s, 3-1, things like that. And so those are just who's going to get the timely hitting, who's going to get the great defense, and I feel as good about the Panthers' opportunity as anybody, but you're not sitting here saying, we got this one in the catbird seat. The boys are going to have to go out and earn it today.
You've known Randy Beck a long time, and he kind of got sentimental when he was in here on Sports Day earlier this week. It's been a great run for Randy Beck at Great Bend High School and in his career.
Yeah, it certainly has. He's been to the state tournament 6 times. He hasn't had a whole lot of luck at the state tournament. This is one of the few times he's gotten to play on the second day, so we're excited about that. But just, he's been a great coach. Parents talk well about him. Umpires talk well about him. Other coaches talk well about him. I think he's been a great guy to lead this program. And then you look back before him, you realize we've had 2 head baseball coaches at Great Bend High School in about 40 years.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, first game wrapped up.
We're still playing. The Indians are down to their last out. They got a runner at first with 2 outs, still 11-2. So the game is not over yet. So we'll be a little late getting the broadcast going. I'm going to guess either probably a 1:45 start, maybe 1:30 for the first pitch. We'll get that word here shortly as soon as this game completes. But we'll be a little bit late with the pregame show, so tell Landon Winkler he can come have an extra sip of his Coca-Cola there, or another bite of that sandwich before he heads to the B104 studio to be the producer for my game.
Well, he's the executive producer in here, and we don't let him drink or eat in this studio, so he's sitting right over here, so he's acknowledging your message, Randy. Have a great call today.
Thank you, guys. Good to hear from you.
Okay, Randy Gehring here with us on Sports Day good stuff.
Little known fact, Coach Beck and I were co-head coaches of little girls basketball. Head coach. I remember the head coach.
Okay.
We are about the same age, so.
How'd you do?
Probably bad. I think you missed a game where we were a little confused and really bad when I was coaching.
Okay. All right, we're going to check in on 2-1A with Garrett. Also, state track updates coming up as well from Brent Daughtry. You see that picture over there in the window?
I do.
You know who sent me that?
Let me put my glasses on.
Okay.
Of the Truesdale Bombers?
The Truesdale Boosters.
The Boosters?
That is a 1908 photo.
Is that a Gary Wagner set?
No, it was a John Shaver.
John Shaver. How about that?
And it is
best red hat in the state.
Yeah, I put it on GreatBendPost.com if you want to check it out.
That was cool. 1908.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have like from left to right Don Wilson, but yeah.
You could ask for anybody to identify him on the Great Bend Post.
Now, I knew Bruce DeHaven. Of course, he was a coach with the Buffalo Bills for a long time, but I think he went to Belpre High School, but he is from Truesdale. So I was in Wikipedia. It was one of the notable I think they had, I don't know, I thought he went to Belpre. Maybe I'm thinking, but that was after Truesdale had closed. But, yeah, cool picture. Go check it out on GreatBendPost.com.
That is awesome.
All right, Sports Today and Sports Day brought to you all season long. Great sponsor, Equity Bank. Here when you need them, bank local, save big with in-person banking and business banking. Visit equitybank.com for more information. And the American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, where they feature number 2 clear diesel, bulk fuel, E10, fuel delivery, all your lubricants, and fuel supplies. More of the Friday Sports Day show coming up after this.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Ready for a fresh start this spring? Equity Bank is here to help you bloom into better banking with a $300 bonus. Receive $300 when you open a new Equity Bank checking account and use code FRESH either in person or online. It's the perfect way to reset your routine and refresh your finances. Visit equitybank.com/fresh for full details and start your season strong at Equity Bank. They never forget it's your money. Member FDIC.
When it
comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
This is Hadley, what's going on? I've been trying to call you for the past half hour.
Well, Papa, ever since you started this big sale, the phones have been like crazy.
That's a good thing, Hadley. And didn't I ask you to name the sale?
I did. It's a sale. It's so good you won't believe it.
Oh, Hadley, it is so good you won't believe it.
C&E Doors is offering steel on both sides 9x7 white doors for the same price as vinyl backliner doors. Call today.
Hey, Landon, did you know that today is another instant finalist day in Reef Blue Summer?
What? Really?
Yeah, you can actually head to grapeandpost.com, get yourself signed up, become the next instant finalist.
Holy cow. And what is it?
Okay, have you seen the 2025, the brand new 2025 Chevy Equinox that we're giving away?
Oh, isn't it in that really nice, cool Reef Blue?
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Oh, I would love to ride in that thing.
I know, I'm so mad I can't win that one.
Me too.
Okay, so everyone that can win it, well, head on over to grapeandpost.com. Get yourself signed up today. We do have some amazing sponsors to thank for helping us give this away. So, huge shout out to Ehlers Chevrolet, INA Alert, Equity Bank, and Kelly's Garden Sense for helping us give away this amazing car. Where do they go again, Landon?
To grapeandpost.com.
Get it in 10 until 5 today.
Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Also by Freedom Claims Management, innovative healthcare plans for your business. Let them take care of everything for you from start to finish. Continued support, they have you covered. And by Eller Automotive Repair. They're your hometown automotive dealer. They know everything about your car. Specialize in wheel alignments, oil changes, general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Okay, Great Bend Panther baseball coming up here in a little bit, running a little bit behind. Randy Gehring was on the show. Panthers will play. They play Blue Valley Southwest. If they win, they'll take on St. Thomas Aquinas in the championship game. Aquinas taking care of Hayes 11-2 in the semifinal that is just wrapped up or close to it, unless we went to a break and they scored like 9 runs with 2 outs.
We'll come back and we'll talk about that.
It would be one of those. Okay, join us from somewhere in traffic in Wichita, I guess. Are you at the stadium yet, Coach?
We're at the campsite. I'm actually sitting there staring at the baseball field from our campsite.
There you go. Great view.
I can't see the track, but the campsite. I mean, it's like Woodstock out here. I mean, we got all these tents and just whatever building this is across the street from the track. They got some nice grass and trees. And
it did rain in Woodstock, didn't it?
Yeah, they did rain in Woodstock. You should see the gravel out there. It's soaking wet by the track. But most of these teams got lives like we did, and we have a bunch of. Like I said, there's a ton of camps on campus. There's not many inside because nobody wants to sit on gravel.
What strategy did you use to stake your claim?
Well, our strategy, we didn't even bother to come wait in line with all those other idiots in line. And so Coach Beck came last night after the baseball game, stuck us a nice little tarp and a nice behind the building with a nice shade. Got no wind to worry about us. We even got a slip and slide if we want. I mean, I'll send you a picture. I mean, if it starts raining, we can slip and slide down that baby. It'd be great.
So Randy Beck went down there and kind of helped you out?
Aaron Beck.
Okay. I was going to say, man, that's pretty good. That would be. Yeah. Randy got there and you got the baseball coach going over.
Scouting out for us. Now Aaron Beck came down. They and Coach Bernie came and hooked us up yesterday for the spot. So
Did you tell them to bring an orange cone so you save a parking spot?
Hey, if you'd have seen my maneuvering in this little parking spot, I took out 2 mirrors, but I got in there.
Okay, beautiful day.
I left a note. Okay. Hey, sorry, buddy.
Did you put Steve Webster's name on it?
No, I put Dodge City.
Yeah. Okay, who hits the field and track first for your team today, Lyles?
Michaela Mitten will be the first one, so you might see the Mitten clan coming across the parking lot. And I don't think old Mike can make it, but they must have a golf cart or something going. The Mitten goes at 2:10. Drew believe we have the girls shot at 3 o'clock. The girls high jump, and then the boys pole vault is at 3. So we're loaded at 3 in the field events. And Michaela comes back in 300 hurdles at 4:20. We come back. I think Cooper's long jump at 4:45. And he bounces back at 6:30 for the javelin. Then you got the 4x4 after that at 6:30, I believe. And then Bella Long rounds out the evening at 7:20 with the 2 miles. So I'm praying that all those people that I'm 2 inches from don't have 2 milers, and they're gone. So, I don't know if Fat Lashley can get back in there. I mean, I had to suck that baby in to get out of that spot. We might have a couple extra dents on the old Panther Astro van, but you never know.
Panther Astro van.
The folks have an Astro van. That's good.
Well, yeah, they're in style. Okay, so I didn't like track and field because I hated the pre-race anxiety, okay? That and I never could 3-step my highs, so I never made a state track.
That's why you taped out the 800.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the 800. Yeah, you remember those stories, don't you? Yeah, I still remember that.
Oh, yeah.
But I just can't, okay, how's Michaela doing? Because, man, she's a freshman. Here she goes, and she's going to start this thing off. Man, I'd be the start.
Well, the nice thing about the 100 hurdles for her is we didn't expect her to get in, and she got in. We talked about it. It's a chance to run a PR. Although it's tough to see it's tough to PR out there, but it gets those nerves out, and, she's ranked about 10th in the 300 hurdles, so we're hoping to get those nerves out and, get her a nice little PR and give her a little outside shot of making that finals for 300 hurdles. But, we knew coming in the regionals that we thought we were going to get about, 5 girls maybe. And like I said, once we got those 10, this is all cherry on top, and hopefully, we put together some nice PRs and compete well and go from there.
Though, like Justine just said, you can say, this is cherry on top, don't worry about it, but when they get in those starting blocks, get ready to go, man, their buddy's turn.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's the nice thing about being a freshman coming in, too. She comes back next year, and so nerves aren't quite as bad the next year.
I always say if you're nervous, you don't care, right?
That's exactly right.
I would ask you if Cooper Omont was nervous, but his expression doesn't change ever. So
no, it doesn't. You wouldn't know either way.
No. So, well, good luck today. Now, how many different starters do they have?
Usually they have 3 or 4 different starters, but one year you couldn't hear one of them. Caden Sherman was the lane 1 in the 200, never rose up because he never heard set, and then they fired the gun. And that happened like 6 times that day.
So I was watching him home early today, Steve. The old guy that's kind of hunched over and bent over? He's still there. He's still a starter.
John Steinman?
They have people that have been here for 600 years.
Oh, he's got to be in his 80s.
They tend to induct themselves in the Hall of Fame every year, too. So.
No, I'm watching TV and I'm going, that's the guy from back when we were going to there. He was old then.
No, that's... John Steinman was a starter forever. He owned GW Sports in a sporting goods store in Pratt. Okay. And that was so he was a starter. He'd go, I don't think, no.
He's the only one, though?
The only one.
Only one starter?
Maybe. I don't know. Oh, and I saw that of all the schools, there's like 3,400 athletes at this thing, Coach.
There's going to be more next year when you had 2 more qualifiers.
Oh, man, 3,400. And of all the schools, there were only 11 schools that did not qualify someone for the state track meet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I wanted to know the 11 that didn't. I was going to say...
They'd have to be small.
Those schools are not... Well, yeah, but they're not getting announced. I was just trying to give him some credit.
There you go.
Negative news. Give him credit for not qualifying as another safety. What a nice guy you are. All right, well, I got to go walk. I'm going to walk Michaela down. She's got to warm up here in about 10 minutes. So.
Okay, give Michaela a fist bump for me and a big, hard pat on the back for Dad, all right?
Yeah. Where's the new sidekick? Is he in there today?
No, he's doing state track reports. He's going to give us he's going to give us an update coming up in just a little bit. But he's kind of been scarce today, so he's
hiding down in the basement with Cole.
Steve's scared him off.
All right, good luck, Lyles. Okay.
Thank y'all.
All right, Lyles Lashley joining us from the state track meet where Great Bend getting set to compete. Pretty cool. And I hated that. That it just. Like in junior high when I was good, because I could alternate the low hurdles, and then I did pretty good because I'd get hurdle form. But if you don't three-step the highs, you're not going to do anything. But gosh, it just was too stressful.
And just because I was being good, I was never stretched at the pole vault. But when I got ready to run my races, yeah. Oh, yeah. You walk around the circle and bounce around, you just keep moving. Oh, yeah.
Well, good luck to the Panthers today. We're going to go out to 21A, Great Bend Sports Complex, and chat with Garrett Fitzpatrick, find out what's going on out there as Game 1 should be coming to an end or is over with. We'll check with Garrett right after this.
Working the land is by nature a dirty job. What fuels me to get it done? The generations of farmers who've worked the soil before me. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel with an additive package that's 40% more effective at breaking down engine deposits. The cleanest fuel yet for the dirtiest of jobs. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
Ready for a fresh start? This spring, Equity Bank is here to help you bloom into better banking with a $300 bonus. Receive $300 when you open a new Equity Bank checking account and use code FRESH either in person or online. It's the perfect way to reset your routine and refresh your finances. Visit equitybank.com/fresh for full details and start your season strong. At Equity Bank, they never forget it's your money. Member FDIC.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back, Sports Day. Steve Webster, Mike Marzoff with you. Our show brought to you by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend. The Animal Medical Center in Great Bend. Large or small, they take care of them all. And, of course, Equity Bank, adding value for customers and communities. Equity Bank in Great Bend, Hoisington, and Larned. Okay, let's go out to 2-1A state baseball. And, you know, if to run a sports show, it takes a community.
Yes.
And he's been on this show before. And, of course, everybody knows Garrett Fitzpatrick, the former Fort Hays State Tiger, joining us from the sports complex right now. I've got a question for you.
Okay, got an answer.
Okay, so Great Bend Rec is hosting this event, right?
Correct.
Okay, so what's in the hospitality room?
Right now, we just got some chicken strips, we got some buffalo hot wing bites, we got some fruit and vegetables for those healthy people. We got cookies, we got iced tea, we got lemonade, we got Gatorade, we got water.
Are you
nice?
Last night we held bedadas, we had the spread, some pulled pork and mashed and beans and potatoes in the lunch. And last night, Delgado's little cocktail bar set it up, and that's good.
Who is in charge of getting the hospitality room?
I got a little crowd going in back down here. What was that?
Who's in charge of the hospitality room? Who got those things?
Oh, Vandy got those things, but I have to sample everything before anyone. I mean,
Can I send DoorDash out there to bring something back to the studio?
There you go. We need some barbecue wings. Oh, we got a game over here, folks. We got breaking news.
What, are we going to actually have an update here? What's the deal?
Sports, I know it.
Okay.
Breaking news here, number 1 seed just wrapped up the game with a 16-6 win in the bottom of the 6th, so we had a little run-roll action there. So, like I said, Valley Center, number 1 seed, just beat, let me see, Whitewater Remington, which Valley Falls won yesterday, close game, 1-0. And we had another 1-0 game yesterday. We had Whitewater Remington beat Rossville yesterday, 1-0. Then we had Douglas beat
Central Heights.
Central Heights, yes. It was a 19-4 game, unfortunately, And then last night we had a great game, TMP versus Pittsburgh St. Colgan. Pittsburgh State Colgan won 2-0, but it was a great pitcher's duel with Ty Schmeidler from PMP there to throwing outstanding. We just got matched up with kids from State Colgan that also is dealing. I don't think there was a hit in either team through 4 or 5 innings, but Colgan got a break here in the late innings and went ahead and got the win. So, man, it's a beautiful day here at Sports Complex. The place is looking good. The city of Great Bend did an outstanding job getting things. There's a lot of people out here. That's one thing I like about the 2-1. Hey, man, the town's shut down. Everyone's here. So come on out this afternoon, man. It's a beautiful day. This evening, we have the championship game. I think it's scheduled for about 5:30. I think we're getting a little behind. So, but anyway, come on out.
So can I get in with, what do you take out there? Cash, credit card? You got to do your phone thing?
You can get in with your cash, Webby.
Okay, all right.
Front gate, yep. You don't have to download an app or anything.
Oh, thank God.
If you go around to the back side, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, over there, just take me down the back side. Okay. Hey, Garrett, appreciate it, and doing a great job out there, especially the hospitality room. We went to a Region 6 tournament in Wichita. Still grinds on me right now. This was at Coke Arena, Wichita State going all out in the hospitality room. There was a big salad bowl full of bugles.
Oh, yeah?
Bugles. That was it. That was it?
I don't think they had bottled water, did they?
I think they had bottled water.
Handful when you walk by, but that was it. Yeah, that's pretty disappointing.
Well, right out there. Okay, save the leftovers, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, not here at Hazel. We take care of you guys.
All right. Thanks a bunch, Garrett.
Hey, thank you. Good luck to Panthers today. Track and field and baseball. Let's roll.
Yep, here we go. Okay. Garrett Fitzpatrick joining us out from the Great Bend Sports Complex today as they're underway. So the number 1 seed advances on. Valley Falls with a dominant win over Remington, and Douglas against Pittsburgh Colgan, who, had this whole thing going, Pittsburgh Colgan's always the number 8 seed, but then you told me that Medicine Lodge was the number 8 seed, and it just, I just make up storylines, so
Colgan was like 16-9 this year. They must not have played a heavy 5-day schedule.
I know. But anyway, third place game going on at 3, 5:45, the 2-1A state championship game. Great Bend getting set to take on Blue Valley Southwest. That game on B104.3 The Point. They're running a little bit behind. St. Thomas Aquinas defeats Hayes in the first game today by the score of 11-2. Okay, we're going to try to run down Brant Daughtry. I have trouble with his last Brant Daughtry. I'm just going to start calling him BD. BD. Our new sports
Let me get confused.
Doing track updates right now, so I'm going to go try to corral him, see if we can get some results from the smaller classes from earlier today as Sports Day continues here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Dr. Keelan here at Animal Medical Center. We're bringing in the savings this May. Get 20% off all Science Diet dog and cat food and treats. No coupon needed when you're here. Prescription diets are not included in this, but stock up and save big, but hurry. Stop by Animal Medical Center before May 31st to get your pets the high quality nutrition they deserve. Our team is ready to help you with all your pet care needs. Large or small, we take care of them all.
A smart business career starts with a smart choice at Barton Community College. With small class sizes and real connections with industry pros, the Barton Business Program is ready to help you on your journey. Whether you're wanting to explore the corporate world in fields like accounting and marketing, launch your own business as an entrepreneur, or set a path towards management and leadership, Barton can help. With up to $10,000 in scholarships, success is more affordable than ever. Visit business.bartonccc.edu today.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend. Or check out the website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Jeez, this is Hadley.
Hadley, what's going on? I've been trying to call you for the past half hour.
Well, Papa, ever since you started this big sale, the phones have been like crazy.
That's a good thing, Hadley. And didn't I ask you to name the sale?
I did. It's a sale. It's so good you won't believe it.
Oh, Hadley, it is so good you won't believe it.
C&E Doors is offering steel on both sides 9x7 white doors for the same price as vinyl backliner doors. Call today.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KBGB at 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back to Sports Day here. Steve Webster, Mike Barzov, and BD. I'm just going to call you BD. I
overheard you.
Brent Daughtry. I have never struggled with a name like that. Brent Daughtry. Brent BD is in here, our sports director.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Daughtry.
Like a dot and a tree.
It's D-A-W is the phonetic, I guess. Daughtry.
Daughtry.
Yeah.
Irish,
I think.
Or BD.
BD also works.
Yeah, okay. So over 3,400 athletes at the state track meet in Wichita. Now, you're not covering that many, but you're covering quite a few smaller classes. You're doing updates on 100.7 Eagle Country and Hits 106.9. Mm-hmm. What are some early results today you want to tell us about?
Yeah, well, the thing that stood out to me so far is Nest City, their girls team.
Yeah.
Their 4x100, they set the record in that event last year. They didn't break their own record, but they came in first again. I think they had like a 49.8 last year. That 4x100 team finished with a 50.11.
That'll be tough
this
to
year.
get tomorrow.
Absolutely. Sure. And one of those girls, hold on, let me find the right sheet of paper here. I got 17 of them. That's not right. That's not right.
You're doing good.
200?
No, looking at the 300-meter hurdle prelims, Tegan Leggett, who is a part of that 4x100 team, she finished first in the 300-meter hurdle prelims as well. So obviously really strong. And y'all were talking about somebody else in here just a second ago. There's a freshman who's making some noise up there as well in one of the preliminary events.
From Nest City?
From Ellenwood, yeah. Wirtz, last name Wirtz. Yeah. She finished, I think, third in the 300-meter hurdles.
Okay.
So really, really impressive stuff from her. There's some girls that are really standing out from her. This
that was a 200, and she led coming in that last curve, and she just kind of coasted it home. It's going to be that 2A, girls 200 tomorrow is going to be a fantastic race. I think those might be good for the city. I mean, wow, they're fast, Steve.
They make fast people look not fast.
Man.
Got anything else standing out for you right now?
Nothing really. Nothing else that's in the top three range.
Really? Okay.
A lot of.
What events are we through right now?
Yeah, I think the Simpson just finished out of the top three in the long jump too. I think you got like fifth.
I don't think I've gotten to the long jump. For what school?
For Ellenwood, I think Landon Simpson. I think he got like fifth in the long jump.
Right, yeah, Landon Simpson, senior out of Ellenwood, fifth with a distance of 21 feet, 4.5.
Okay, very good. Well, just try to keep up with things, and you're doing a great job. We just throw you into the fire here.
It's rapid, but you know what? It's making the time go by faster.
Yeah. The Kansas State track meet is crazy.
It's chaos. It's chaos, and I can tell just from looking at the results screen. I'm refreshing it every 5 minutes or so, and there's 3 or 4 new events that have happened.
Yeah.
Okay, BD, thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Brant Daughtry in with the state track meet updates. You can follow along on Hits 106.9 and 100.7 Eagle Country. All right, sports day today.
The Chase guy made the finals.
I was going to ask you about him. Okay.
He was the last qualifying spot. He's going to have the 8th spot tomorrow.
Is his name Chase Guy?
Malik Carson. And he will run the 100 prelim, which is his best race.
And then he's a freshman, right?
He's also a freshman, yes. He was one of 2 freshmen to qualify in 100 in all classes. So that's pretty cool.
What else did you see? Because you've been watching this today.
I watched that race with Reagan Wirtz. She finished third in that one, and she also ran the 100 earlier in the day. They do not have she jumps in the long jump. It is tomorrow, actually, the long jump prelims are. And I know it's out of our area, but there's a Sevy Wirtz. I don't know if you know that name. She's also a basketball player for Clifton Clyde. She won the triples round of the long jump. She's going to run the 100. Just for fun, she played in the state Sangram golf tournament the other day. It's just something to challenge her. She finished like 40 over. I mean, finally, it's okay. Here's something I'm not real good at. Let me try it a little bit. But this girl's a fantastic athlete. She's just out playing golf because probably somebody said you can't do it. So I look forward. She's only a junior, so I look forward to being probably one of the best golfers in the state next year.
Now, we've seen this before, but did Keisha put it? I don't know. I shouldn't even bring questions up like this where you can run at the state track meet and still try to play softball at the same time? I mean, we've seen those.
Well, Daxton Mittens ran the hurdles in the 110 hurdles at the regional.
Okay.
So had he made it, would have been a little easy for him because he tried to cross a parking lot.
How about that?
But if you can actually get somewhere, and I think there's been situations, gosh.
Depends on who you know.
Yeah, where they had,
They used an airplane to fly.
That's what I was going to say, yes. If you can find a way to get there, you can do both, yeah.
So what would they have allowed him to run in his baseball uniform?
You do not have to have matching uniforms except in the Rios, right? So he could run whatever he wanted to.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this, but because I think you know it. Okay. The most famous uniforms where you can go to a station. Cheney, yeah.
They still got them today. They have not changed. You see those up and down red, white, and blue stripes, and it's Cheney.
All right, we're getting a call here from my friend Potential Spam. Okay. Well,
how about that?
Put him off there. Okay, what's coming up here? We talked about with Lyles Lashley. Great Bend Panther baseball they'll be getting underway here momentarily against Blue Valley Southwest. Panthers trying to get the state championship game where they would meet St. Thomas Aquinas. I was all excited. I wanted to see Hayes play Great Bend. Not now, because that would mean it would be for a third place. So
Great Bend football probably lost for the should have. Great Bend basketball probably lost for the should have. Great Bend baseball, I think, has more seniors that are key role players than both of those sports. So maybe that senior leadership would be the thing that'll carry them over the hump. Boy, it'd be really nice to see this group of kids win the state championship, man.
Okay, both KU and K-State in the NCAA baseball tournament.
Yes.
And I kind of saw, well, KU's doing a little bit better, but then, they were in line to possibly host one of these first-round regionals. Who knows? You go in there and knock off some, it might be tough to host the best 2 out of 3 super regional game.
Yeah.
But they play tonight, taking on Creighton. I don't like playing Creighton in anything, especially basketball.
Yeah, I mean, because you're expected to win. Creighton's a smaller school next door, right up in Nebraska.
Well, that game's going to be tonight at 7 on everybody's favorite platform, ESPN Plus. Yep. North Dakota State, 20-32.
Wow.
Now, Dan Fitzgerald was talking about that they play a very tough schedule.
Oh, now probably 90% of them on the road.
Well, yeah, they have.
You're playing baseball in January and February. You're playing in North Dakota.
Well, Fargo's up not that far. So they're 20-32 taking on Arkansas in the second game tonight. Kansas State 31-24. They got into the NCAA tournament this year, Mike, for the 6th time in program history, and it's the first time ever that they've earned back-to-back selections since 2010 and 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Wildcats playing today in the Austin Regional. They'll play at 6 this evening against UTSA. Texas and Houston Christian complete that 4-game field, so keep an eye out for the Wildcats and Jayhawks tonight in the NCAA baseball tournament. We'll have Royals baseball for you tonight. Royals taking on the Detroit Tigers. Seth Lugo, who has been on the disabled list, he's going to come off it tonight. He will make the start against the Tigers, who right now have the best record in baseball. They are 37-20. KC's just been kind of just salvaging the final game of a three-game series here recently. They did so against Minnesota. They had to do so at home against Cincinnati. Not a key game. You certainly don't want to get swept by any means. But you say, well, the Royals are just 7 games back. Well, it complicates things when you're in 4th place.
Yeah. So I should probably play my Detroit Tigers second baseman tonight if the Royals salvage the last game, usually?
Yes,
okay.
I would. And, of course, well, we'll see when Detroit's ace is trotted out there, Tarek Skubal. I'm not sure. He may be pitching tomorrow. Detroit 37-20. Cleveland is 30-25. Minnesota 30-25. Kansas City 30-27. 7 games back. The Guardians and Twins 6 games back, and the White Sox 18.5 back at 18-30. Remember last year we were talking about how bad the White Sox were?
Mm-hmm.
Someone said something this morning. Cash was on Trading Post. I think Cash may have said it. He didn't realize that he was saying it, but he said the Broncos have a chance to win more games than the Rockies do.
Probably won't happen, but we're almost in June. You can still say that.
9-47 for Colorado. Man. Cost Bud Black his job, former Kansas City Royals. I thought Bud Black did a great job with him. He led him to the World Series, but
if I had enough picks, I'd pick whoever was picking. If that pitcher going against the Rockies was available that next day, I'd just start picking those guys.
It was kind of weird when they went to the Humidor to... They haven't been as good since they went to the Humidor.
And why do you have to do that? They don't adjust the ball to anywhere else we play. Do they? Both teams playing the same altitude, right? I don't like that. No. Let them play with the ball. It's altitude. That's what they're built for. You go down to sea level, you don't make a ball that flies farther, do you?
That's part of the home field advantage.
Exactly.
But the other thing was... who wanted to sign a free agent contract and go there and pitch?
Hitters.
Well, you can go get hitters, but who wants... Okay, so, all right, I'm going to sign a 2-year deal with the Rockies. I'm going to get good. And in 2 years, I'll look for another free agent deal. Yeah, came in down. You won 12 games, but you had an ERA of 5.12.
It was 2.1 on the road.
Yes, so the Royals and Tigers tonight. Let's see. Other divisions. Yankees leading Tampa Bay by 6.5 games in the American League East. Seattle, half-game lead over Houston in the West. Texas is 4 back. Philadelphia, 2-game lead over Garrett Fitzpatrick's Mets in the East. Cubs by 3 over the Cardinals in the Central. And the Dodgers, with just a 2-game. Everybody's talking about, Los Angeles won their first 8 games of the year. Everybody said, they're going to go undefeated this year. No one's going to beat them all that money. Those San Diego's hanging in there, just 2 games back. San Francisco's 3 back. Arizona is 7 games back. All right,
Steve.
Recess is here, man.
You remember when this show was at 4 o'clock and I said right here? Was that just 1 year or was that 2 years?
I think I did that about 3 years.
Yeah, that's like a lot of time. Those 4 o'clock shows.
That just kind of got tiring after a while. You get up in here at 5, and then anyway.
It's been a pleasure.
Yep. Thanks to all the sponsors for making Sports Day possible. Return in August with Brant Daughtry as your host. Go Panthers! Go win a state championship today. That's coming up on B104.3 The Point. For Mike Marzoff, I'm Steve Webster. Have a great weekend, everybody.